Hey guys, welcome back to my channel for another video. If you're new here, my name is Cherilyn, and for today's video I am just going to do a little sit down chat with you guys. This isn't what I originally had planned, but the footage I originally shot for this week's video I ended up having to delete because I was having storage issues with my phone, because that's what I film on. But I decided to do a little sit down chat with you guys, and I don't know if it'll be helpful for any of you all or not, but I hope it is, and just share some of the things that I've learned like in the past 2 years or so for like household organization and budgeting, and maybe planning tips, or the things that I do maybe to save money or stay organized, or just different stuff like that. So I thought I would sit down and just do like a little chit chat type of thing with you guys, and then kind of show you or tell you, combination I guess, what I do. So let's get into this video. So the first thing that I thought I would share with you guys that I didn't obviously really do or maybe not know before I got married is I keep a planner, which I know probably everybody and their mom talks about having a planner, but guys, it really is so helpful. Like if you don't have one, especially maybe a paper version, I definitely would invest in one. This is the one I have. It's just a small one I found at TJ Maxx. I would like to upgrade to a larger one maybe next year, but my schedule is like only got busier this year. Up until this year it wasn't quite as busy as what it is now. So I would say like that is my first tip for you guys, is to keep a planner where you can keep yourself organized and write down everything you need to. So what I do with my planner is I always keep a paper clip, if you can see, for where we're at or what page I'm on, so that way when I pick up my planner I'm not flipping through trying to find where I'm at. I have kind of like a mark for what week it is. And this planner is nothing fancy. I'll show you a blank page. This is kind of what it looks like for a blank page or whatever. But what I do is I use my planner to meal plan. That is a huge thing because I write down the meals I'm gonna cook every single week, the week previously. I meal plan for the following week before I go grocery shopping this week. So like I went grocery shopping today, but I meal planned for next week yesterday. And this is kind of what this is. Here's a cleaner page, I guess. As you can see, I have all my meals written down here at the bottom, and then what I do, let me show you a past page, is I check them off as I get them done. So you can see here, this one's marked off, that one is, maybe not the second one, the first one is definitely checked. So that's how I do my meal planning, and guys, for reals, I feel like that has saved me so much. Another thing I use my planner to do, and this is not something that originated with me, I got this from Jordan Page from Fun Cheaper Free here on YouTube. I think that's what her YouTube channel is called. She has so many great organization tips and stuff like that if you want great tips. But another thing I do is I've started scheduling my day around Zendaya's nap time, which maybe sounds so weird, but she is 11 months, so she still takes 2 naps a day. It'll probably soon be down to 1. So what I do at the beginning of the week is I write down here, you can see I have AM nap and PM nap, AM nap, PM nap. Now there's some things that are non-negotiable, like an appointment I have this Friday that's at 10 a.m. like I can't move that. I have to have that at 10. So then in these slots where it says AM nap or PM nap, if I have something specifically I'm wanting to get done that day, so say one day I need to clean the house, another day I need to bake something, whatever, and I know it's something that I want to be able to focus on, like filming, when she's down for a nap, I will pencil that in under her AM nap or her PM nap. So I know when she goes down for a nap, I pretty much put everything else aside and I like work gung-ho on that specific thing. So that has really helped me to maybe get some of my bigger tasks done without the interruptions of Zendaya or something like that, because I know she's down for a nap. I know this maybe isn't for everybody because not everyone's kids still nap or something, but if you have young kids, at least for me, I find that it is super helpful for me to keep my day organized and be able to feel like I'm actually getting something done, because I know what I'm gonna do as soon as she goes down for a nap, and then when she wakes up, whatever I was working on stops, or I try to finish it if she's in a good mood, but normally it stops because I just need to be feeding her or making her lunch or doing this or doing that. It's something that I have to be with her and can't be working on those other things. But that has helped me stay really organized, and that is mainly what I use my planner for, besides obviously using it for like appointments and stuff like that, but it's super helpful. So the next thing that I maybe I'm gonna share some tips with you guys or things that I do is in the area of food, and that kind of translates from here because I use my planner to meal plan. And when it comes to saving money, especially when you're spending money with food, I kind of got, at first when we got married, I was going to the grocery store once a week, and that saved me a lot of money, but I kind of got out of that habit. And I would go once a week, but then I would be like, oh, I forgot something, I'm gonna run back to the grocery store, 2 days later. And then, oh, I'm feeling like having this, so I go back to the grocery store another couple days later. And that really adds up if you're trying to save money on groceries. And not to mention, it actually adds up on gas. Like, I don't think I realized how much gas I wasted, maybe not wasted, but I could have saved so much more money if I hadn't been doing those multiple trips. So what I do now is I try to meal plan ahead, and I make a list, and I pretty much make myself go to the store once a week, and I try to buy groceries for that whole entire week. And now sometimes you'll be out of milk or eggs or something and you need to go to the store again. But I find that it's really helpful if you can say, I'm only going to the grocery store once this week. I have to get everything that I need. And then you're not making those multiple trips and possibly spending extra. Because, every time you go to the store, especially if you go to Walmart or Target, you're like, well, let me check the clearance racks. Let me check this. Let me check that. And you end up spending a lot more maybe than you want to on those other things. So a way to limit that is to just limit the times you go to the grocery store to once a week or even once every other week. But I have to go once a week for fresh things. So that's what I do. Another tip I have for you guys when it comes to food, and this is how I do a lot of my meats and stuff, is buy ahead in bulk, which that might not be possible for everybody, but for me, I have a store, or several actually near me, that you can purchase chicken by the case. They'll have a sale, or it's just a time where you can buy a case of it. So I purchase chicken like in 40-pound cases instead of purchasing it like week by week or every other week. And then we have a deep freezer, which is a huge blessing. If you don't have one, I honestly would recommend that you invest in one, because I feel like you can save so much money by buying ahead and freezing things. Like, I just froze 40 pounds of chicken in our freezer today that I picked up. I think it was $52 for a whole case. So it was $1.30 a pound, which I like to try to get it for 99 cents a pound, but if I can't, that's okay. I know sometimes Carnes will have chicken sales. I'm not sure about the other big name grocery stores. Some of the ones I go to are like smaller, more mom and pop shop kind of stores that I get it from, but it does save me a ton of money, and that like a 40-pound case of chicken will last me for about 3 months, which shows you that I don't have a big family. But even still, another tip for you guys is if you like to try to eat healthy, well-balanced like lunches, or you want to have healthy, good food for your kiddos, get the chicken in bulk like that, and then grill a certain amount of it and put it back in the freezer, like cut up into strips. So you can buy a bag of Aldi of grilled chicken breast strips. I think it's like $5 and something for a bag, but it does not last long, where if you got $5 worth of just plain chicken breast and grilled it yourself, it lasts so much longer, and it is so much cheaper. You have to put a little thought into it and prep, but you are saving money. So that's another tip to save money but have great food on hand. And like I said, you can always freeze that grilled cut up chicken breast and then pull it out in like a quart bag or something and let it thaw out and use it for wraps or salads or to feed your kiddos. I feed Zendaya little pieces of grilled chicken. She loves that. So that is another tip I have for you guys. Another thing I buy ahead in bulk is cheese, like shredded cheese. I'll go to Aldi or Walmart and buy the bigger bags of cheese, because you can save money by doing that versus buying the little bags every week or every 2 weeks. I don't know about you guys, but we go through a ton of cheese here in our household because I like it on eggs, I like it for tacos, I like it for salads, I like it for some chicken dishes. And so buying a big bag ahead in bulk really does save. I don't have to be buying it every single week, and you're getting a better price because you're buying a bigger item. Same with like dressings. If you guys use a lot of like ranch or ketchup or anything like that, buying it in a bigger container is gonna save you versus buying several small containers. Another thing I buy ahead in bulk is bacon. I will look for sales at like the deli at one of the local grocery stores. Like the other week they had a sale for $2.89 a pound, I think it was, for bacon, and you could buy like a 15-pound case, or you could even buy it in 5-pound bags. And I bought, I think, 2 maybe 5-pound bags, and then brought it home and cut it up or divided it up into smaller bags, and that will last me for a while, and it does save a lot of money because I'm not buying that bacon week by week. So that's another thing I buy ahead in bulk. Another tip for food that I have for you guys is when something is in season around you, or you can get it cheap or on sale, get extra and freeze it. So in my freezer, which I will show you guys a clip of this, I have frozen corn, I have frozen strawberries, I have frozen blueberries. A lot of that is thanks to some of our family who grows, like, you know, fresh fruit and vegetables and shares it with us. But for reals, guys, if it is in season and you can get it fairly inexpensive, or it's on sale at the grocery store, buy extra and freeze it, because, you know, like, fresh strawberries and fresh blueberries are amazing for smoothies, and they're going to be cheaper if you can get them when they're on sale and just freeze them in large containers or large bags than when you try to buy them right out of the store, maybe in the wintertime when they're more expensive. And if you guys like fresh vegetables, if you are someone who tries to eat healthier or tries to have a lot of variety of vegetables with your meals, freezing things like corn when it's in season will give you some amazing corn throughout the rest of the entire year for a great side with your meal. Here's what my freezer looks like, just an overview, and then I'll show you guys a little bit of what I have in here. Here's my tea concentrate, which I'll talk about later, and then in this basket I just keep a little bit of a variety of everything, so when I open up the freezer I can kind of just grab a pack of meat or hamburgers or something like that quickly. But as you can see, I definitely do get stuff in bulk or in larger quantities and then try to store it up. Down here I have my frozen corn, and then there's all the chicken that I did today, and then here is a bunch of beef that we just got from a quarter of a cow that we had purchased that was being butchered. And it definitely did save us money instead of buying all the roasts and steaks and hamburgers and all that kind of thing at the store. It's definitely cheaper to go that way. Here is more of the tea concentrate, and then over here I have some diced strawberries for smoothies. Those are really, really good to just throw in the blender with some milk or water for a smoothie. I keep these bins down here to keep my freezer more organized, and in this one I have peaches, and then in the one below it I have blueberries, but I'm not going to pull that one up because it's pretty down far in there. I have more fruit down here, but that is just a basic overview of what I keep in my deep freezer. Another tip I have for you guys is when it comes to food, make your own if you can, because oftentimes it can be cheaper and even healthier if you make your own food. But these are some of the things that I make my own of. I make my own granola, because granola in the store can get really expensive, but it's really, really good. And guys, it's so easy to make. All you need is like rolled oats. I think I put in mine rolled oats, almonds, toasted coconut oil, and honey. I think those are pretty much the main things I put in my granola, and I can make a whole sheet pan of it. It will last for a long time, and it's so inexpensive. Another thing I make my own of is granola bars. Now sometimes I just am not in the mood to make them and I'll just buy a box. They end up being a lot better for you and not having all those preservatives in, or all those maybe ingredients that you want to stay away from, like the ones that come in a box at the store. Another thing that I make my own of is different drinks. So it can get really expensive if your family likes to drink iced tea and you're buying iced tea every single week in a gallon. So if you can, I don't know, you know, it depends on where you're at, but for us, we love like the meadow tea, and when it's in season in the summer, this past year my sister-in-law and my mother-in-law got together. We picked a bunch of meadow tea and we boiled it all down to make a concentrate, and then we put it in small little 8-ounce containers and froze it. So when we want iced tea, we just get one of those containers out of the freezer, put it in a gallon of water, and add our sweetener, and there we go, we have iced tea. It just really cost us our time. So it's a great money saver if you are someone who loves to drink iced tea, but if you're just buying it in the store by the gallon, it's cheaper to make your own. Another thing I make as far as drinks is I make my own cold brew, which I think I showed you guys or explained to you how to do it in my Amazon favorites video, where I have the link for my cold brew pitcher. But if you make that and then tell yourself, I'm not buying coffee this week, or I'm not stopping at Dunkin' or Starbucks or whatever, it will save you money because it is not expensive to make. It's really easy. Another thing I make is my own espresso. I make it in like a cold brew form, so I add like a cup and a half of water and a half of cup of Espresso Grounds to a mason jar, and I just shake it up or stir it and put it in the fridge overnight, and then I strain out like the espresso grounds through a coffee filter the next day, and it pretty much makes a cold brew espresso. But it's really good if you like iced lattes or even hot lattes, but you don't have an espresso maker like the machine, and you don't want to spend the money every week to stop at your favorite coffee shop. Another thing that I make to save money at home is chai, which you have to buy the mix, but it still is cheaper to buy the mix and make your own iced chai or hot chai than it is to stop at the coffee shop. It definitely saves you money. The last thing that I just started making of my own, and I actually have some right here because I'm drinking it, is kombucha, and my sister-in-law taught me how to make this. That is another thing that I've started making, and it's a really good drink, but it also saves money because I'm not buying as much pop or soda, because my husband and I will drink kombucha instead of drinking soda, and it saves us money as far as on the groceries end. The next couple tips I have for you guys are more in the area of cleaning or household items, but this is also something that you can do to save money or to maybe help you be more organized or something like that. I like to buy more naturally based cleaning products if possible, and I have found that if you order them online, sometimes you can get them a lot cheaper than you can buying them in the store, especially if you can get free shipping. And another great thing is sometimes if you order, sometimes even from Amazon, but if you're buying from an individual company, something like that, if you do like a subscribe and save type of thing where you make a purchase every month or one ships to you every month, you can get a discount on your cleaning products or your products you use in your home every month, like laundry detergent and, well, like I said, cleaners, maybe things like toothpaste or deodorant or anything household like that. You can get a discount on it if you're purchasing it every month, and if it's something you purchase anyways, you might as well do that, and it will save you money, and it'll also help keep you organized because you're not going to run out and be like, oh, we need more, and have to make a separate trip to the grocery store. It's going to come to you every month. So that is another thing that can be helpful. I know it might not be for everybody, and sometimes you can get good deals for sales in the grocery store, but I know places like Amazon and other online shopping websites that hold a lot of household or sell a lot of household essentials, you can save money doing it that way. Also, another thing that you can purchase online, which I do to save money, is vitamins and supplements. Now, it's not always cheaper online, but sometimes you can get a higher quality vitamin or supplement through Amazon or through an online like a wellness company or online vitamin company, something like that, and it's cheaper than going to the grocery store and trying to find a higher quality one amidst the low quality ones if you want that high quality. Another tip that I've just started doing to save money is I've actually stopped buying fabric softener, which I know that might not be everybody's piece of cake, but I have actually started using dryer balls, which again I shared with you guys in my Amazon favorites video, and I've stopped buying fabric softener, and guys, I have not noticed any difference in my clothes. So that's another thing that I do to save money. Another thing that is helpful that I have started doing besides my planner to keep myself more organized is I have started purchasing, or I have a couple of these notebooks, and I just pick up one if I see one that I like and I think is cute. This one is just floral, and it pretty much is just your basic Walmart notebook, and I think I got it for like $2, but I have so many lists in here, guys. I have lists for the video I'm doing today. I have lists for budgeting. I have lists for my cleaning products that I need. I have lists for my daughter's birthday party that I'm planning. I have so many lists, and it's so helpful to be able to go down through and check those things off once they're completed. And since my planner is a smaller one, which it was cheaper buying a smaller one, I don't have all that room in here to write all that stuff down. So having a big tablet or notepad like this is really, really helpful when it comes to planning and that kind of thing. Those are all of the tips and different things that I do that I wrote down that I thought I could share with you guys and maybe be a help to somebody who needs some tips for budgeting or for saving money, or just wondered how I do things here in our home. I hope you all enjoyed this video. I hope maybe it gave you a chance to get to know me a little bit better, or just to learn some things that I do. If you enjoyed it, I would love it if you guys would give this video a thumbs up. And if you're new to my channel, welcome, and I would love if you would consider subscribing and joining me here on YouTube as I put out more videos. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will see you guys next week in my next video. Bye, guys!